And Bobbie, let me check and make sure I run bars.
Okay, you want to check our audios too?
Yes, right.
Set levels, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Working on
Bobbie,
And I'll be talking at about this level
Okay,
with Henry
we're okay.
Mancini. All right, are you rolling?
I'm rolling.
Okay. Well, welcome back to Fort Worth.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Looking forward to the program tonight and tomorrow night, and I guess you're aware both nights are sold out.
They are.
They
I
are.
wasn't aware of that, but thank you, Fort Worth. Thank you.
And surrounding territory, I'm
Sure.
sure. We have just a little bit of time, so I'll try to keep this brief. You, of course, have 4 Oscars and 20 Grammys, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Others, the
Well,
time.
that's the whole iceberg.
Is it really? Okay.
So far.
But, you know, say 50, 100 years from now, Hank, when you and I both have gone to the great stage in the sky, if people are only going to remember one Mancini tune, which one would you like them to remember?
Well, I have no control over that, but I think they'll probably remember the Pink Panther more than anything. I think that one, I wouldn't mind that. I'll take that myself, too.
Your tunes are so distinctive, and I'm wondering, like for the Panther and Peter Gunn, what was the initial inspiration? Was it the little tricky time? Was it just the notes, the way they, where did it start?
Well, with Peter Gunn, it started with the name. You know, Peter Gunn, when you say Peter Gunn, you mean business, you know, so the music has to mean business too. It comes on very strong. And in the Pink Panther, that was originally a theme that was written for the Phantom. You know who the Phantom was? That's trivia. It's David Niven was the Phantom in the original Pink Panther. And it was his theme. I'd written it for him. And then Blake came and told me that we were having an animated cartoon at the beginning. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a Panther, a Pink Panther. And so I said, well, that theme will work just great for that, and did.
But did it start with the feeling the tempo, or?
Yeah, well, the stealth. Funny stealth. Can hardly say that.
Do you find in working today, because now you just told me that you're starting a new film project, the Dudley Moore John Lithgow movie Santa Claus, do you find that you are at all influenced by the new sound of music today?
Well, if I do that, if I'm influenced by the new sound in music today on that picture, I'm gonna be tossed out, because it's a traditional picture. It has to do with the beginnings, how Santa Claus became Santa Claus, you know, and it's a very logical story, fairy tale, but very logical, and it goes through the whole scene up from when he was made Santa Claus in, not prehistoric, but in, I think, it doesn't give any dates, but it's in the Middle Ages somewhere, and then it comes right up to today. So it covers the story pretty well.
Are you at all interested in the contemporary music of the young people?
Oh, yeah. Sure, I think, I do think, though, that I spot check MTV all the time, you know, the movie videos, and I think they hit about, their average of good ones is about 1 in 5, and on bad weeks 1 in 10. Some of them are very creative, others are just silly, dumb, you know. But the song is the thing, and sometimes you get a silly video with a good song, and somehow they make it through. I don't know.
Have any of your tunes been put to music video?
You mean on MTV?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I don't do that. Please, no. I'd love them if they did it. You know, if someone came up with a contemporary version of a heavy metal version of Peter Gunn, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind that at all. No, that's where it is, and I know that, you know. If you have to know that if you're in the business.
Would you ever write a song knowing that it had to be put to music video?
I don't know where I would. I don't think anybody really, at least up to now, unless I'm mistaken, they write the song. If you write a good song, it'll take care of itself. I mean, the video will evolve. I mean, you can't write for video, just like you can't write for the screen unless you're telling a story. You know, you can't write a song for a movie, and and they'll take the song, like I didn't write, I wrote Moon River for a movie, or Days of Wine and Roses for a movie, but with no idea of the photography of it. They'll how it's going to be presented on the stage or on the screen, you know. So they say they do, but I'd like to see that. I mean, I'd like to get inside their heads sometime, find out how they work that out.
What about the Oscars this year for Best Song? What do you think will win?
I don't know. I think Stevie Wonder has a very, very good chance, and the Prince song has a good chance. Well, there are five number ones on there this year. You know, usually there's several songs that no one ever heard of which I've had several nominated. You know, but this year it seems like the recording industry has really taken over, and the music business has taken over the film business in a lot of areas.
Yes, because there are 2 songs from Footloose nominated.
Yeah.
And then Stevie and Ghostbusters.
I don't know about Ghostbusters. I think that the Stevie Wonder song is the most throwback. You know what I mean? It sounds like an old song from the '60s or the '50s, and there are a lot of old fogies in the Academy, and they might, if they stop and listen to this thing, they might. I think that's the way they'll go.
Will you vote?
Well, I voted already.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I won't tell you.
I wouldn't be so presumptuous as to
I think
ask.
Prince is going to win the score for the scoring award for song score. The 3 categories, but I think he'll do that one.
What do you think about Best Picture? What does that look like?
Oh my goodness, I don't know, but I saw Amadeus and I loved that one. We haven't voted for Best Picture yet. That's in a separate ballot, you know. They send that one out separately to the Academy.
And Best Actor, Actress, any ideas?
Oh, no idea. No, it's hard. I wouldn't venture. It depends on, if Amadeus starts to roll, it's going to go. If Passage to India starts to roll, you'll find that kind of thing happening, you know.
Well, I'm not a voting member, but if
Yeah.
I were, Amadeus would get my vote.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
thought that Foreman did a brilliant job on that.
Yeah.
That was one of the few movies with music that didn't have a false moment in it. You know, they didn't cheat. They didn't. They just did it like it was supposed to be done.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. Well, thank you very much for talking with us, and we know now that you have to go to rehearsal, but you're very kind to give us this time before your rehearsal.
No, it's always
Thank
a pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
A couple others.
Talking or just? Are we?
It won't matter.
Preferably talking, I suppose.
I'm real curious to see, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a great division between Passage, was an excellent film, but Amadeus, I came out of that and I just felt like, wow, I'd been to the movies, you know, it was wonderful. And when I reviewed it, it was the first 5-star movie I had up till that time.
Yeah.
And I just felt that it earned every one of them. I couldn't find anything wrong with that.
Okay, I'm rolling.
All right. If you could be remembered for only one of your songs, which one would you choose?
I am rolling again.
If you were going to be remembered for only one of your songs, which one would you choose?
Okay.
Of all your songs, which one do you think you'll most be remembered for? Let me do that again.
Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, go ahead.
Of all your songs, which one do you think you'll most be remembered for? Of all your songs, which one do you think you'll best be remembered for? Okay. Would you consider writing a song for a music video? What is your opinion about music video? Which song will get the Oscar this year? Who do you think will win the Oscar for Best Song this year? What about Best Picture? All right, let me just give you reactions now.
Okay. Same framing?
Uh-huh.